Shh. Wait for a couple more people to jump in here. Then I'm gonna get started. Hey, Tawanda. Hey, everybody. Hey. What's up, Marco? How y'all doing today? I'm gonna wait like a couple more minutes, and then not minutes, but seconds. I'm gonna start this video because I don't want to make it too long. I don't want it to be too long at all. So I'm good, sis. I'm good. Despite everything, I'm good. Everything is well. All is well. I hope the same for you. So, see you guys. You guys see the title of the video on this evening or afternoon. I was on Facebook yesterday, and you know, Facebook, they show you. I actually am, bro. I'm very, very tired, but I'm gonna get some rest later. But I was on Facebook earlier, and I said earlier last night, and you know, Facebook shows you your memories, and thanks, bro. Facebook shows you your memories, and it shows you you know, memories from last year and years prior. So I had seen something that someone posted about me last March. It was actually leading up to my birthday. My birthday was a couple days after the situation, but it was posted in March of 2018, and the post was about me stealing something off of somebody's ATM card. Now, I seen this post last year, but these people were blocked, and I never read the comments when this post was made. It was screenshot to me and sent to me, but I never really had the opportunity to read the comments and see what people were saying and see what people's take on it was during that time. So last night, while I was on the phone with DeMarcus, I actually had the opportunity to scroll up and down and read comments and stuff like that. Some comments that were very, very disturbing. There's a reason why I pretty much stay to myself. There's a reason why I pretty much don't really mess with folk, and I'm very, very particular on who I call friend, who I connect with, and who I have come to my events or anything. Anything that has something to do with being around me or being connected to me, I'm very, very particular. So I'm reading the comments last night, and I'm seeing comments from people that I'm still connected to. One comment said, I'm glad he's being exposed for the criminal that he is. Some comments were just basically saying, wow, and then some comments basically were just saying, wow, I'm flabbergasted and I'm shocked and this and that, and I can't believe he did this and I can't believe he did that. When that situation was going on, I think I had one person reach out to me and give my side of the story. Everyone pretty much took that situation and took what happened and took what was posted and basically ran with it. So I'm reading the comments and I'm just like, wow. And these are people that I still talk to this day. So I want you guys to imagine how disturbed I was by reading the comments that I read on Facebook. You had your comments that said, "Oh, not the master," or "No, not this and not that." Real sarcastic comments. But like I said, not once did anybody come to me and get my side of the story. Not once did somebody come to me and try to seek an understanding or try to get a deeper understanding of the situation, the overall situation. There were people that shared it and said things. There were people that commented and said things. But you see these people and you see them at events and you see them here, you see them there. And not once do they say any of the stuff that they say on social media to you in person. I don't claim to be the toughest person. I don't claim to be a gangster. I don't claim to be any of these things. But it really, really is alarming that people have so much to say behind closed doors or in comments and stuff, but never come to you, never come directly to the person and say anything to them. I don't know if it's out of fear, I don't know if it's out of respect, or I don't know what it is, but it's not good because I'm a firm believer if you have an issue with somebody or you want to get some type of understanding or whatever about a situation, you 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 try your best to get it from the source and you go directly to the source. You never take what's said by somebody else and run with it, because I can post right now X, Y, and Z is a child molester, and a lot of you guys would take it and run with it. You guys wouldn't try to get any type of understanding or any type of proof. You guys would just basically take what I'm saying and you guys will basically run with it. So I'm looking at the comments and Stella and DeMarcus. DeMarcus is fine because he said what he said. Me and him, we cleared that up, and I know what type of where he was at mentally when he made that comment on that post. So I'm not really mad at DeMarcus because again, I know where he was at when he said what he said. But Stella and Xavier had something to say, and Georgia had something to say, and all these people in the comments on this post, and I'm just reading and reading. I'm just laughing. I didn't get upset. I didn't snap. I just read it, and I'm just getting processing everything because I never had the opportunity to read the comments. But last night, for some reason, God led me to those comments to see it for a reason, because I'm already careful about who I connect myself with. I'm already careful about who I talk to. But God had to remind me last night to continue to be careful about who you connect yourself with, because the same people that are smiling in your face and patting you on the back are the same people that are talking about you in the comment section, talking about you in their private phone conversations, talking about you, period. The reason why I'm such a dope friend, I'm such a dope person, period, is because I've always been able to go directly to the person that I have an issue with. I've always been able to go directly to the person that has wronged me, that has did something to me that I didn't like, and I'm able to go to them, not for a conflict or not to fight or not to throw down, but to get an understanding and for us to come together and talk things out peacefully. And if it goes somewhere else, then it goes somewhere else. But you have people that hide behind comment sections. You have people that hide behind private conversations, but they'll never come to you directly and say, you know what, brother, this is how I feel. I feel like you could have did this different. I feel like you could have did that different. I feel like, whatever. Let me pray for you, or let me pray with you, or whatever. People never do that. They just go with the negative stuff and they continue to throw dirt on your name. So I seen the post last night, and this is what inspired this video. I want to tell you guys a little story. I don't remember what month it was. Actually, I do remember what month it was. It was sometime in July, and I was debating relocation, and I was debating moving. Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro, but they'll never come to you and say anything to you. They'll never come to you and pull you to the side. You see how you're my best friend, Michael, so you know this. So you see how when you have an issue with something that I do, you always come to me and say, bro, listen, you could have did this different. You could have did that different. And I listen to you because I have a lot of respect for you. So you see how you do that. People don't do that with me that are outside of my circle. They always take things and they run with it. You know, any of my friends that's on here that's watching this video, you can always come to me about anything that you guys have an issue with because I respect you guys' opinion. But don't talk about me behind my back. Just don't do that. I don't like that, and that would have me very, very mad. So let me continue my story. So it was I think July of 2017. I think it was, or six. I think it was 17. I had just met Demarcus, and we were getting close and stuff like that, and I was already debating relocation. So at that time, I was like, you know what, Dallas. At that time, I had already been to Dallas 2 times, and I had really, really liked it. I had really, really enjoyed just not even just the weather, but the fact that I had connected with so many mimes down there, and I had formed so many great relationships with people, and I just was like, you know what, I'm tired of Philly. I want to change. I want to change the scenery. So I was talking to Demarcus, and we was talking. He was just like, bro, come down here, and I was like, bro, I definitely want to come down there. So I moved down there. Okay, right now. I respect you for that. I really respect you for that. I'm not. You guys can always approach me. I'm very, very approachable. We can have a respectful conversation. Just don't, as long as you don't say anything disrespectful, I am fine. So continuing my story. So I told Demarcus, I said, bro, I'm gonna move down there. So I decided to move down there. Now, when I moved down there, everything was started off fine, whatever. I had a few engagements that I had already had the week I had got down there. I had Xavier's event in that hot behind church. That church was hot as crap. And then I had Master Mimes, Earl Thomas's event. I was already booked down there, so me going down there at that time was perfect timing. So I had Master Mimes event, and I did his event. I think I did it that Saturday. I danced at the finale concert, and I danced at something else that same weekend, but I don't quite remember. So I went down there. Everything was fine or whatever. I met Xavier in 2016. Everything was fine. Then when I met him, so yeah, that hot behind church was hot as crap. Had us in that church with no AC in Texas. So where was I at? Okay, so everything was fine. At that point, I mean, as time went on, me and Demarcus, which is documented, everybody knows this. This is no secret. But me and him started having our issues. We started had issues, and I had an issue with what was going on with him. I'm not saying I was perfect. He probably had issues with me too, and that's my friend. And we talked about this over and over again, so he knows. But I had a certain issue with him, something that he just talked about recently. You guys know what I'm talking about if you follow Demarcus. But I had an issue with him with that. So what I did was I went on Facebook Live and I made a live basically talking about his situation, which today I regret because me and him could have had a conversation, another conversation, but I was already letting him know, bro, this is not okay. You need to come out. You need to say this. You need to say that, and he didn't want to do it. So that's where the live came from, and I did the Facebook Live. So after that, I had already met Elisha's family. I had already met EJ's family. I met them. Where did I meet EJ's family at? I met them actually at where did I meet them at? Oh, I met them at Earl Thomas Master Mimes event, and I had asked to use his charger or whatever, and then after that it formed into a conversation about his son, and then him working with his son and him trying to get his son out there. We had a very, very deep, in-depth conversation right there at the event. So after the conversation, we exchanged phone numbers and stuff like that and stayed in contact. So Demarcus was having his conference the month after. So what I did was I called Tony or Dante, whatever you want to call him. I called him and I was like, bro, Demarcus is having like a youth night portion or a youth portion of his conference, and it would be dope if you can bring your son just to give him some type of exposure and to get him out there, because I know you expressed to me that you wanted him to have more engagements and stuff like that, and that was me helping him with that. So he said, yeah, sure, bro, would come. So they brung him and he danced and stuff like that. And then at the end of the service, Demarcus just like, I want to help him. I want to help, EJ, Elijah. I want to help him with X, Y, and Z with the mime ministry, because at that point, his dad was over him and his dad can't mime a lick. And his dad was teaching him some movements, and the movements were just, they weren't good. So DeMarcus just was like, DeMarcus being who he is, the kind soul that he is, he just was like, you know what, I'm going to help him and whatever. So I know at that time I knew DeMarcus had a lot going on, and he was a little too busy. He wouldn't have time at that present time for him. So what I did was I took it upon myself to start mentoring him and teaching him and guiding him along the way, because I wish when I was 9 years old at his age, I wish that I had somebody over me teaching me, but I had to pretty much learn everything on the fly and do and learn everything on my own. So so where was I at? So I started teaching him and whatever. I went over to their apartment, and we had like a little mime session, and I taught him a song. And I stayed the night there because it got kind of late, and they lived all the way in Oak Cliff, which was a ways from where I was staying with DeMarcus had. So okay, so at this point, me and DeMarcus already having issues. I'm not getting into our situation. That's my bro. That's over and done with. But me and him was already having our issues. So I talked to them about staying with them, because at that point I was already in the process of finding my own place down there. Things were moving very, very fast, and I was already in the position to move into my own situation down there. So as I started getting closer to the time I was supposed to move in, I moved in with them in the meantime. And while I was there, it was so much that went down, from, their Sabbath keepers. So they were going to church on Saturday. So they basically wanted me to, be a Sabbath keeper. And they basically was forcing their beliefs and their values and their traditions on me while I was in there. And I had already let it be very, very known and clear that I'm Pentecostal. I was raised Pentecostal, and I do go to church on Sundays. That's my preferred day to go to church. I'm not a Sabbath keeper, and I do not wish to adopt Sabbath keeper traditions and values and stuff like that. That was me and him had this conversation. We have debates about it all the time. My time in there, the apartment wasn't clean half of the time. I found myself cleaning, because I have, those of you that know me know I have slight OCD, so I don't like a bunch of mess. So found myself in there cleaning and doing a lot of things. There were some times where it was not food in there, and EJ didn't have snacks or nothing that he really wanted, and I paid for it with my money, my dancing money, and the money that I was still gaining from from what my school that I was working at in Philly. I still had some type of income from there when I was down there. So I was, going to the store, getting him snacks and stuff, because they didn't have enough to really get a bunch of snacks for the kids. So I found myself coming out of my pocket half of the time, and buying the kids snacks and buying them food and stuff like that, ordering pizza and ordering stuff just for them to eat, basically helping them out the whole time I was there. The shade is red. Oh, the shade is real. I found myself having to, feed them some nights because money was low for them. I always had a way to eat. They can't say that they ever took care of me. I took care of myself the whole time being in there. So fast forward, EJ did not like his father's teaching when it came to the mind ministry. He didn't like, miss you too, bro. He didn't like the teaching when it came to that. So that's where I came in and really took over when it came time to choreograph songs for him and stuff like that, and made sure that he was on a straight path. All the engagements that he was getting during that time. Why you say the shade is real, bro? All the engagements that he was getting at that time was because of me. Because when I had moved down to Texas, I had already had my connections, and I gained some more connections when I went down there. So he was dancing pretty much every Sunday, every Saturday or every Friday. He was dancing a lot when I was around. So yeah, so let's fast forward to the meat and potatoes of what we're talking about. I ordered some products from their computer. Now, first of all, their computer, the way it's set up, there is no computer stand. They literally have a computer sitting on a daggone table. So yeah, and it was very, very. I'm 6 feet 1 inches, so I had to slouch half of the time just to see what I'm writing on the computer, or I would have to get on my knees sometime and type what's on the computer because the way they had the computer positioned, they couldn't even afford a daggone computer stand or something for their computer to sit on. What's up, Chaz? What post, Dominic? I don't know what post you talking about. What post you talking about? Okay, yeah. So they had the computer on the floor basically, and I ordered some products off of my personal account. Yeah, I'm 6'1". Yeah, I'm good, Chaz. I'm just talking about this situation from last year. Yeah, Jazz, I'm that tall. So yeah. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, I ordered some products from their computer and stuff like that. And the way Custom Ink is and the way the site that I order from is, they automatically save what you order, automatically saves to the computer. So anybody can get it and say X, Y, and Z. Anybody can get anything. Now, I'm not refuting everything. I'm just refuting the stealing part. I'm refuting that. Though that what they posted was saved to the computer. I know it was saved to the computer because I order from them a lot. They didn't have any money. I was putting food in there and I was doing a lot of stuff that you guys know nothing about. And I won't tell you guys everything I was doing, but they didn't have it like that. My guy was working security and he wasn't making that much money and he was barely working. And then Shorty Bop was working at a daycare and yeah, they didn't have it like that. You know, they couldn't even afford a new car, and their car was breaking down and stuff like that. It was a lot going on that you guys don't know about, but nobody will tell the whole story of what's going on. Yes, they do. They do that. They do that. So they save everything. So when you order something, it automatically saves to the computer, to the file. Automatically does that. So I can take anything and be like, all right, you know what? Somebody stole this and somebody ordered this, and post it up on Facebook and post the shot of the file. Post the file and post, all right, he ordered this, and then with my gear on there and stuff like that. It's just kind of crazy. And then they posted it, and then everybody was just jumping on it. You had Georgia on there saying wow, and not the master and stuff like that. You had Stella on there, who I'm connected to, saying something. DeMarcus said what he said, but DeMarcus is fine because I know what type of frame mind he's in. Then you had Dusty behind. I'm taking somebody's car. Ugly girlfriend Xavier on there saying wow. I don't know what he's saying wow for because I never got to the point where I felt as though that I had to take somebody's accessories. Xavier's going around stealing cars and taking people's shades and taking DeMarcus shades and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I got receipts on him too, but I ain't about this ain't about him. Everybody's saying all this stuff, and everybody that almost basically had something to say on that post has a lot of stuff that they're doing and stuff like that. Say what you want to say about me or whatever, and my past and the things that I've done, but I've always been authentic with what I do. I do not minister nothing that I do not live. Period. I don't go around telling nobody, hey, you know what? Don't steal, don't do this, don't do that, because I've done it before. I don't go around telling anybody, you know what? Don't manipulate nobody, because I've done it before. So I don't walk around preaching nothing that I do myself. That's one thing about me. I try to be as authentic as possible. So I can go around saying, you know what, don't cuss because I don't cuss. I can go around saying, you know what, don't drink because I've never drunk before. I can go around saying, you know what, don't smoke because I never smoked before. And I can go around saying, don't go to the club because I never went to the club before. But things that I've done in my past, you'll never hear me make a post. You'll never see me make a post telling people they shouldn't do it because I've done it before. Even if you've been delivered, even if that's the old you or whatever, I just don't feel comfortable doing it because I know I've done it before, and I'm going to be the same way with with when I have more kids in the future. So yeah, so it's just crazy. It's crazy how everybody has so much to say, and then the people that we're putting on these pedestals and we're glorifying them, the main ones talking about is behind our back. And it's very, very unfortunate because this man has plenty of receipts of him talking about a lot of you guys that's on his live right now. But you guys are going to his event and you guys are you guys are tight. You guys are tight with him, tight with this guy, and I'm pretty sure he's talked about you guys when you guys aren't around, and it's very, very sad to seeing all them comments from people that have their issues and have a lot of issues that they have. It's kind of frustrating. It's kind of annoying and stuff like that. But these are the people that we put on this high pedestal. Dominic, I have to call you because I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, don't believe everything that you see on social media. That's not smart. I personally don't do it. I don't want to be misled. I don't want to be lied to. I don't want something to be made out of nothing. So if I can't actually prove it myself, I'm not going to take it and run with it. Like on my bro had situation, I'm not going to talk about it, but Bobby, when he had his situation, this same guy I'm talking about sent me a screenshot of all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm supposed to believe this? Do you know it's true? Yeah, it's true, bro. Do you know it's true? Was you there? Do you know it's true? Was you did y'all go to court or like what happened? No, bro, but it's true. Everybody's sharing it. So because everybody's sharing it, because everybody's talking about it, that means that it's true. This is Xavier I'm talking about, but this is the guy that you guys put on this high pedestal. But he's walking around trying to expose people and trying to expose Bobby and then come to me about Bobby and saying Bobby did this, Bobby did that. And I'm just like, I know how it feels to be accused of stuff that you didn't do. So I'm not about to take anything that you bring it to me and run with it, especially because I know how you are. And I know that you're messy. So, like I said before, and I'm going to continue to say it, I'm talking about this Dallas situation from when I lived in Dallas, Iman. This Dallas situation because I seen an old post from last year when people tried to quote unquote expose me and say I stole this and I stole that. So I'm basically clearing the air because I didn't see the comments until last night. I seen the post last year, but I never read the comments. And I'm talking about the people that was in the comments saying stuff in the comments that still to this day try to smile on my face. But I'm glad I seen it last night, and I'm glad God led me to that last night, so it lets me know that I have to cut certain people off. Whose last name? Who Cornell? Who you talking about? You talking about the person that made the post, or you talking about Xavier? Actually posted part of the screenshot last night of the initial post with the flyer for today. If you guys want to go back and look at it, but I actually posted it last night, so you guys can go and look at it. It's actually up there. Whose last name you talking about, Cornell? I'm trying to make sure I know who you're talking about. You talking about Xavier Kelly, or you talking about Dante Johnson? Which one of them you talking about? You talking about Xavier Kelly? You talking about Dante Johnson? Because the guy that did the post was Dante Johnson. If you go to his profile picture, he has a nappy top. Oh, Kelly. Xavier Kelly. Y'all know I say names. Yeah, I'm talking about Kelly. I'm talking about Kelly. The one that still is saying stuff. But I pray that if he does come to Chicago, that I'm just in the right frame of mind, and I know what I'm going down there for, so I'm going to keep that in mind. But like I said before in the past, there has to be a conversation because I'm tired of getting messages about you saying this and you saying that. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm not doing it anymore. So I just wanted you guys to get my side of the story. Don't believe what you read. And then you had people in the comments saying I did stuff to them, and it was people that I didn't even know. So people just be fishing and saying just anything just to pile on to somebody. Iman, you right. This is last year. I'm just addressing it, because it's part of my story. Iman, you right. I'm not. I'm actually done. I just wanted to to just basically clear the air with that, because that was something that was going around for a minute. It's something that I still continue to hear about, and there's other stories out there that I continue to hear about. But the difference between that situation and their situations is I don't know those people, so people were just saying anything just to say, oh yeah, well Justin did this, and these are people that I don't even know. So I couldn't have did nothing to you because I don't know you. But people like to add stuff and spice stuff up and gas situations up, and that's not what we're doing over here. But at the end of the day, it's good. It's free publicity for me, and it keeps light on my name or whatever, and it keeps y'all coming to me and my page and stuff like that. So I'm all for it. I love the spotlight. A lot of you guys know that, so you guys can continue to say what y'all want to say. But I had to go. I had to come on here and talk about that situation because I seen it last night, and reading the comments kind of disturbed me. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing to it. That's pretty much it. But I appreciate you guys for joining. I love you guys and all that other good stuff. I'm about to hop off here. Peace.